So is The Weeknd a music marketing genius? Hi guys, my name is Des from the Music Marketing Academy. If you're looking to market either you, your band or your brand in this fast growing music industry, then you've definitely come to the right place. So unless you've been living under a rock for the last few days, you may have seen The Weeknd on the Super Bowl on the halftime show. You may have seen the likes of Jennifer Lopez and Shakira and even Beyonce on there before. However, this time it was a little bit different. We had The Weeknd on there. Now, I don't know if you realise this, but the performers on the NFL halftime show do not actually get paid for this. However, what they do get is a contribution to the show cost, which can range up to about $10 million. Now, you're probably going to think this is a little bit strange, but The Weeknd actually put up $7 million of his own money for the production costs, which totally just blows my mind. Apparently, the money he was given for the production costs, he felt didn't really match his vision of the actual show. And that's why he ended up pouring over $7 million into the show. Now you're probably wondering, why the hell did he pour his own money into the show as well as receiving other money for the production costs? Let me tell you something, this was a genius move. Did you realise that the Super Bowl show can reach up to 100 million people worldwide? So here's why I think he was a marketing genius. Now what I love about this and what I really respect is the fact that he was actually getting extra exposure for himself and his brand, which means he was able to reach a brand new audience as well as his existing fan base. So why was this so genius? Why do I like it so much? And why am I doing a video about this? The reason why, and I want you to study this really carefully, what he's doing is he's front loading everything on the front end. And when I say front loading, he's willing to actually incur costs in order to get exposure. And what he's going to do later on, and I say later on, probably in the next week, next month, next year or so, he's actually going to make a lot more money on the back end of what he just did. We're talking merchandise, we're talking TV appearances, we're talking all the memes that are going on. The extra exposure he got from the Super Bowl was absolutely phenomenal, and that's why he was willing to actually pour his own money into it, because he knows he's going to pay now, but he's going to actually get more money on the back end of this. And this is what I wanted to relate it to you as a musician. See, what happens is you can do something very similar, obviously not on the same scale as the Super Bowl. Now what you need to do is you need to do something very similar, but we're going to use Spotify and Apple Music as a similar sort of thing, obviously not on the same level, but it's going to be very similar. You use Spotify, Apple Music, all the other streaming platforms to get yourself out there, gain yourself more exposure really. And then what you're also going to do connected with that is you're going to post your content, post your music on social media for free. And when I say for free, it allows you to actually use social media to actually get more exposure for you and your music. We're going to do something very similar to the actual Weeknd. We're going to actually use what we call a funnel. So you're going to get all the exposure from Apple Music, from Spotify, all your social media posts right at the top of the funnel. And then what we're going to do is we're going to funnel 3 people through into a Facebook group, into Discord, and what my favorite is, and you guys probably know this by now, an email list. Now, even though you're posting your music on Spotify and Apple Music, we're not going to put all of our tracks on there. We're going to keep some exclusives back. These are ones that your fans are going to download later, but we're going to charge them a fee for that. And depending on where you are with your music, we're also going to sell merchandise as well. So guys, can you see how this works? You're using the exposure of Spotify and Apple Music, so you don't put everything on there, you put a few tracks on there, you post your music on social media, little snippets when you have a launch, and you're willing to lose a little on the front end because we know on the back end is where we make our real money. We know we're not going to make loads of money from Spotify, but places like Bandcamp, where you can actually store your music and have your fans download them, you're going to make some money off the back end, and also all the merchandise as well. So of course we're not talking on the scale of The Weeknd. The Super Bowl thing was phenomenal, and some of you might be scratching your head and thinking, why did he spend so much money on the performance? Why did he spend that money? What was the point of it? The point is he knew he was going to lose money on the front end, but he was making money on the back end, and that makes him an absolute genius. Now look, he's not the only one to do this. All the other musicians that come on the Super Bowl halftime performance, they realize, even though they're not getting paid, they know they're going to make money on the back end. Even when they're going touring, all the merch sales, all of the actual downloads they're going to get, all of the streams they're going to get, they realize they're going to make money even though they're not getting paid for the main performance. So what I want you to do is really think about what he did and actually apply it to your own music, because at the moment everybody's trying to make money from the streaming revenue and they forget that they can actually make money on the back end as well. Now, if this is something that you think you can do, please leave me a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. There's a video that I'm going to show you next if you're interested, which tells you how to market you and your music. So guys, that's it. If you're looking to either market yourself, your band or your brand in this fast growing music industry, then you've definitely come to the right place. I'll see you in the next video.